Hey, Peter.
Hey, man.
Did you know that a lot of people hate jazz?
Well, I didn't until we did that podcast episode last year, and now I'm finally catching up on the comments.
Ugh.
Ugh.
I'm Adam Maness,
And I'm Peter
and
Martin.
you're listening to the You'll Hear It podcast.
Daily jazz advice coming at you.
Daily jazz advice coming at you, brought to you by an amazing tool for learning jazz, SoundSlice.
Yes. SoundSlice is thebomb.com.
It is the bomb. Go to soundslice.com. You can go to soundslice.com/transcribe to check out their amazing transcribe tool. We preach transcription around here all the time. It's an awesome way to transcribe, and it's a great way in their community to check out other folks' transcriptions. So go to soundslice.com/transcribe.
Yes. And, yeah, you can sign up for a free account there. A lot of people don't know that. They have the pro account and some things in between, but you can do a lot. Certainly explore the wonderful software and get to know it, the video syncing, all the great features on a free account there.
It's amazing.
Check out their community, too.
Yeah, we use it every day.
Yep.
So cool. So today, so when we started putting this podcast up on YouTube, which by the
Yes.
way, it is on YouTube, shout out to YouTube.
YouTube.com.
And we do it all the time now. But the first time we did it,
Yeah.
first of all, it looks and sounds shoddy.
Shoddy AF. I mean,
I'm
was
chubby AF.
Is this actually the first time? This is the first video that we put up?
We did like kind of really casual one just on your phone, but this is the first
Okay.
one where we actually tried to like use the microphones and we set up a real camera to record the video. But we're in these weird, secondhand office chairs.
Circa 1989.
We have the skinny mics and we're in the middle of the huge room, so it sounds really weird.
Yeah.
And then we just happened to, the first one we did was 7 reasons people hate jazz.
Yeah.
And we ended up not really talking about how much we hate jazz, but defending jazz from these silly reasons, right?
Yeah.
Well, this and how the internet works is when people go and search YouTube for "I hate jazz," "jazz sucks" or whatever, we're one of the first videos that come up.
That's so horrible.
And
you
so-
know what? Even I just did it. Even on Google, even if you're not on YouTube, you just search "I hate jazz."
Yeah.
Our video comes up at the top.
Yeah. Which is crazy because we love jazz
We
and
love
we're
jazz.
defending it here.
Yeah.
And but so we've gotten a lot of people, 62 comments on this, most of them very negative.
Yeah.
And you know how much we love to go in for the negative comments because it's a fun activity that we do in our pastime.
Well, and negative not only against us, some of them are against us, but most of them are against jazz. Did they even watch the video?
I don't think so. We've just created a space where people can commiserate about how much they hate the thing that we love.
We created a safe space for our jazz haters, and which is funny because with the podcast, we thought we were doing the opposite here, a safe place for people that love jazz. Isn't that funny how that works?
It is very funny.
Wow.
Yeah. Well, we're gonna do kind of our best of these comments.
Right. Or is this the worst of?
This is the worst of. Yeah. I see you went in on some of these comments a couple
I
times.
did a while ago, yeah. And I haven't been back, but there've been, it's definitely people are visiting there, and it's interesting because although this was our first YouTube official video of the podcast, I do notice this was episode 145. So we were deep into. Is that possible?
Yeah, no, that's very
season
possible.
1 episode. Yeah. So we were deep into the genre.
Oh,
and
man.
you'll hear it.
We're like 400, at least 400 episodes deep at this point.
Wow.
There's
Okay.
a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Why don't you just pick one, then I'll pick one. We'll have a little fun.
I'm going to pick just the one that comes right up at the top is a very funny one. My fundamental problem with jazz is the musicians are having more fun than the audience. And then Peter Martin says, good point. I think that jazz is executed well. When jazz is executed well, the audience is having just as much fun along with the musicians. And then under that is, a lot of the times, they're playing for themselves and not the audience. We've already established that.
Yeah.
Right? That's a feeling. And then Ludwig responds, it's a lot like masturbation. Oh, my solo is so good. Look how good I am. Yeah, I mean, you could pretty much say that about any performance of anything, Ludwig. Oh, my film is so good. Look at how good I am at making this film.
Yeah, but maybe that is the certain vibe that. But we addressed this in the episode, didn't we?
Yes, we did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Asked and answered at this point.
That's what I'm saying, man.
All right. Well, I'm going to go with just a nice, short, succinct one that I feel is a little bit redundant, but this is actually just from 2 days ago to show how relevant this gem of an episode still is, from Bob R. All caps, I hate jazz, 3 exclamation points. I mean, now this is clearly someone that came at this from from some sort of hatred that he was doing an internet search.
I don't know how we became the
I
place
hope
where
we
these
didn't-
folks can go, man.
I know. I hope we didn't cause him. We didn't cause him to hate jazz. But Bob, please go back and listen. Maybe there'll be something you hear in what we actually said that will cause you to just be like, I detest jazz, or I mildly am annoyed by jazz.
Here's another one from 2 days ago. Another recent one is because it was a list of seven reasons why we hate jazz is the name of the episode, and they were really kind of 7 defenses.
No, it was 7 reasons people hate jazz, not
jazz.
we.
That's right.
Come
that's
on,
right. Reason number 8. Contemporary jazz musicians have no personalities. Now, you can say a lot of things about contemporary jazz musicians, but there's no lack of personalities.
But this is this thing. They said contemporary jazz. I think they're talking about smooth, what we perceived as smooth jazz artists, which could be, I mean, first of all, smooth jazz has some great things. We've talked about this many different times before. But there is a certain blandness to that certain era of smooth jazz or contemporary jazz artists, partly just the way the music was presented, because it was literally being played in dentist's office, and you know, the dynamic range was narrowed and everything, that kind of thing. But I mean, we're quite a few years past that genre, CD 101 and stuff even being readily available, I think. Although when I go to my dentist, they're still stuck in that era, and it is kind of bland, and you know, some of those artists don't have much personality. So I have to say I agree with that one.
We do have, like, you know, this guy RJ Chilak says, I think the reason why some people hate jazz is that to them it sounds like elevator music.
Yeah.
You know.
Okay, first of all, his name is RJ Chillax.
Yeah, we
so
don't.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
But then, look at some of the responses to that. I just really don't like the timbre of woodwind instruments. LOL.
That's very specific. I respect that you're taking that stance.
Yeah. I love jazz, and haha, I also love elevator music. Why people I like wait, what is I don't know why people hate elevator music. It's so good. Elevator music is typically bossa nova, so not sure where you got that. Okay, now they're just getting off topic. They're incorrect. I mean, there's so much to unpack in there. We're not gonna have time.
What's great is all the hatred. I mean, really, like, it gets really like, yep, I morally hate it, all right. Jazz equals the sound of a blues band falling downstairs.
Oh, I love that one.
That's a good one.
That one's kind of, certain bands do sound like that. And then right above that is from Russo. This made me hate jazz more.
Oh, it's so great, right? The ones about the podcast itself, like this one from Greg White, having 2 fans of jazz explain why people hate jazz is asinine. You don't need to make a 15-minute video to explain why it sucks. Jazz is nothing more than 5 different musicians playing 5 different songs at 5 different tempos. And the only reply to that is exactly. That's so amazing.
That's great. Okay, now there was one that, if I can find it here, was kind of interesting and longer from John. One thing I heard Dave King say on a podcast that really spoke to me was that playing with the Bad Plus, they'd have people, Dave King, of course, is the drummer for Bad Plus, founding member. They'd have people who had no concept of what jazz was or what they were or where they were coming from, for that matter, who would come up after a show having really enjoyed it. And that's the Bad Plus. Not exactly Kenny G on the bandstand. And to him, that said that most people would, grammar problems on these comments, would probably enjoy jazz, but you'll never get it unless you get it through a live experience. I really believe that. I introduced a buddy of mine to jazz last night. We went to Smalls while we were in New York City and checked out Ari's Monday night thing there.
Ari Honig, I guess.
Yeah. My buddy had absolutely no background coming to this, and he really loved it. Also, managed similar success with another friend, blah, blah, blah. But anyway, this was kind of this was part of what I think that we said and talked about live, and, you know.
Well, so loyal, you'll hear it, listeners. If you want to go to YouTube and find this seven reasons why people hate jazz episode, and if you feel like it, maybe get in there on some of the replies.
Maybe something positive.
Add something positive. See, just go there for a laugh. There's a lot more like these.
Now, what is this? Do you know about this? This comment is the 2017 book Stealth Jazz Behind the Curtain explains this very well. I don't know about that book.
I have no idea. Never heard of it.
We need to get on that.
Go check it out. Go defend jazz. Go there for a bunch of funny comments from a bunch of funny people.
I love jazz, but I only like it when I'm either trying to go to sleep or just wants to play a calm game. Just wants to play a calm
game?
A calm game.
That sounds dirty.
And then some are just totally ridiculous and off topic. Well, not off topic, but just, I love jazz and I love rock. for completely different reasons.
Okay, thanks for sharing.
Thanks for sharing. Oh, and then someone said, me too. I love to listen to rock, and I love not listening to jazz. And then Jay jumps in, your loss. People are witty, somewhat.
So, Pete, this again reminds people that they can check us out on YouTube. They can, of course, leave us a rating.
Yeah, just search I Hate Jazz. You can check us out on YouTube.
You can leave us a rating and review on your podcast app if you want. 7 stars only, please. We appreciate that. You can go to you'llhearit.com to check out our podcast, to leave us a voice message, to check out our blog, which has a lot of great free jazz education stuff on there. And then don't forget to check out soundslice.com and give them a shout. And
And I mean, another interesting thing on this episode, just to digress quickly, is I think this is unusual for us. We had 70 thumbs up for this video, 13 thumbs down. That's a lot of thumbs down. Isn't that right, Andrew? We don't usually get that many thumbs down. But I'm taking that as a good thing. So the 13 people are saying that they don't hate jazz, I think. Right? They're giving a thumbs down to hating jazz.
I think there's a mix in there of both.
And then the 70 are giving a thumbs up to...
I would say that 6 out of those 13 probably just hate us.
Why watch that?
Yeah, I don't know.
All right. Well, until tomorrow.
You'll hear it.